Welcome to the Growing Food and Feeding People podcast. Whether you're a backyard gardener, a market gardener, or a small-scale farmer just starting out or a seasoned grower, this show is for you. Join us as we share tips and tricks, tactics and hacks for growing food for yourself, your family, and your community, as well as sharing stories here from the field and other growers and farmers making a difference in their local food webs. My name is Cody, and I will be your host, so let's get growing. All right, welcome back to the Growing Food and Feeding People podcast. Can you believe we're actually on our 4th episode in our series all about companion planting? And man, am I excited for this one. This is an idea that I've had on the brain for quite a while. And I decided to put in the time, put in the research, and compile a list of what I like to call our triple threat combos when it comes to companion planting. And this is planting one veggie with one herb and one flower. So, falls right into my rule of 3. And these are groupings specifically put together to help battle our garden pests and increase our veggie production. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time here. I'm going to jump right into it because we've got some good ones here. So let's dive in. Now the first one I've talked about before, but I couldn't pass it up. And this is our tomatoes, our marigolds, and our basil combo. Now as I've talked about before, tomatoes and marigolds have been found to have mutually beneficial relationship. Marigolds contain a compound called alpha-taurinethol that repels nematodes, which are microscopic worms that can actually damage the tomato roots. Meanwhile, the basil not only repels pests, but it also enhances the flavor of the tomatoes. Marigolds also attract your beneficial insects, like your ladybugs and your hoverflies, that prey on common tomato pests like aphids and whiteflies. So planting the combo can not only make your garden look and smell great, but it also keeps the pests at bay. Next on the list we have cucumbers, nasturtiums, and dill. You know I love growing cucumbers. And it kind of makes sense to grow dill in there, right, if you're going to make pickles. But cucumbers and nasturtiums actually have a complementary relationship as well. Nasturtiums act as a trap crop for aphids, which are attracted to their leaves and flowers, thus protecting the cucumbers from these pests. Nasturtiums also have a peppery flavor and can be used in salads. Dill, on the other hand, attracts the beneficial insects such as your ladybugs and wasps that prey on the cucumber beetles. So this is a great combo that helps keep pests at bay and provides you with a tasty addition to your meals for sure. Next up, we've got beans, sunflower, and thyme. There's a pretty interesting combo. The sunflower and beans can also form a mutually beneficial relationship, where sunflowers, kind of like corn would in the Three Sisters method, provide shade and support for the climbing beans. Thyme also helps repel pests and diseases, particularly those that can attack the beans. Thyme has been found to be particularly effective at repelling bean beetles, which can cause significant damage to the bean plants. So planting this combo can actually help keep the pests at bay and provide a great source of support and shade for the beans. And that actually sounds like a good combo, so that'll probably be going in the garden this year as well. Now, 4th on the list, we have squash, borage, and chives combo. Borage is a great plant for attracting bees and other pollinators to your garden, which we've talked about in the past is a huge benefit. It's something we always want to have top of mind, which are especially important for squash plants. Bees are essential for the pollination of the squash flowers, which in turn produce the fruits that we love. Chives also help repel pests and improve the flavor of the squash. So planting this combo can ensure that your squash plants produce plenty of fruit and that they taste great. Next up, we've got broccoli, calendula, and sage. Now this is a pretty neat combo because the calendula is another plant that can attract beneficial insects to your garden, particularly ladybugs and lacewings, which are in turn going to prey on the pests that attack your broccoli plants. Sage also helps repel the pests and can actually enhance the flavor of broccoli. In particular, sage has been found to be effective in repelling the cabbage moths, which can cause significant damage to the broccoli plants. So planting this combo together will keep those pesky pests at bay and ensure your broccoli has a great flavor as well. Now moving on, this is another one I will definitely be implementing into the garden this year. This is, I think, going to be one of my favorite triple threat combos, and this is going to be carrots, cosmos, and chives. Cosmos, like many of the other flowers that we've discussed, will attract the beneficial insects into the garden, such as your hoverflies, which do prey on your carrot pests like the aphids and the carrot rust flies. Chives also have a beneficial effect on carrots, improving their flavor and repelling pests like the aphids and the carrot flies. Additionally, chives can have a shallow root system that won't compete with the carrots, And this is important when you're growing carrots for sure. So it won't compete with the carrots for nutrients in the soil. So planting this combo will do nothing but improve the health and yield of your carrot crop. And like I said, I'm definitely looking forward to trying that this year. Next up, another one of my favorite crops is peppers. In this combo, we've got peppers, petunias, and oregano. Now, petunias not only add a splash of color to your garden, of course, but they also attract the beneficial insects like your hoverflies and predatory mites that prey on pests like spider mites and aphids that will attack your pepper plants. Oregano also has a beneficial effect on peppers, repelling pests and improving their flavor. So planting this combo together can help protect your peppers from the pests and ensure they have a great taste. And as you can see, guys, that's kind of the theme here, is protecting our veggie crops from pests and doing all we can to enhance their flavor and production. And that's kind of the goal with all of these groupings that I've got put together today. Now moving on, we've got eggplant, zinnia, and rosemary. Now with this combo, the zinnias attract beneficial insects like the ladybugs and the parasitic wasps that will prey on the pests like we talked about, the aphids and the spider mites that are always after the eggplants. And rosemary also helps repel pests and enhance the flavor of the eggplants. So again, we're tackling two problems at once here. So planting this combo will help protect your eggplants from the pests, and again, make sure they taste great. The ninth one on the list is corn, cosmos, and tarragon. Now this is a pretty cool combo because the cosmos, as we've seen, can attract your beneficial insects to your garden. And in case of the corn, cosmos can attract beneficial insects like the braconid wasp, which prey on corn earworms. And then the tarragon also has a beneficial effect on corn, repelling pests and improving its flavor. In particular, the tarragon has been found to be effective at repelling the cutworms, which can cause significant damage to corn plants. So planting this combo can help protect your corn from pests to ensure you've got great production and sweet corn that makes your mouth water. Now number 10 on the list, we've got lettuce, pansies, and cilantro. This is an interesting combination. I've never grown it together, and I'm going to try it in one of my beds this year for sure. Pansies not only add a pop of color to your garden, but they also attract the beneficial insects like the lacewings and the hoverflies that prey on the pests like the aphids that can attack the lettuce plants. Cilantro also has a beneficial effect on lettuce, repelling pests and improving its flavor. In particular, cilantro has been found to be effective in repelling the aphids, which can cause significant damage to the lettuce plants. So planting this combo together can definitely help protect your lettuce and ensure you get a great harvest. So that's my list of 10, but I actually have 2 more bonus triple threat combos. But before we get to that, how do you fix a broken tomato? With tomato paste. Alright, now the first bonus combo on the list is radish, alyssum, and mint. Alyssum attracts beneficial insects like your hoverflies and your lacewings that prey on pests like aphids that can attack the radish plants. Now, mint also has beneficial effect on the radishes, repelling pests like the flea beetles and improving their flavor. So that's a great little triple threat combo to go along with your radishes. Now the second bonus combo, and the last one on our list, is another one for peppers. And we've got pepper, zinnia, and parsley. Now zinnias will attract the beneficial insects like your ladybugs and your predatory wasps that prey on pests like your aphids that can attack the pepper plants. While parsley also has beneficial effect on the peppers, repelling the pests like the carrot flies and improving their flavor. So that makes another fantastic combo for pepper. So maybe I'll try this combination with my sweet peppers and the peppers, petunias, and oregano with my hot peppers. And I will report back to you guys at the end of the season, and we'll see how that works out. But based on the benefits, it looks like it should be a pretty solid triple threat combo. So that wraps up our list of 12 triple threat combos when it comes to companion planting. I think companion planting veggies with flowers and herbs is going to be one of the best ways to maximize your space and increase your productivity and keep your garden as pest-free as possible, which is definitely at the top of my list of goals for the season every year for sure. It's all about growing more food and feeding more people, and the best way to do that is to maximize the space we have, get the best production out of our crops, and keep them doggone pests away. And if we can utilize other plants to do that for us, well, that just makes our job that much more efficient and a little bit easier on us. So whether you're just getting started or you've been at it a while, hopefully there's a few groupings on this list that you might not have thought of yet. I know there was definitely a few for me that I'm going to implement right here on the farm this year. Now we have just rolled into the first week of April here in Zone 5B up in Michigan. So we've got seeds starting. The ground's finally getting soft enough to get out there and work it a little bit. So we've been out there. And season's ramping up. It's starting to get exciting. So we have got a bunch of great stuff planned for the season and coming up. And I cannot wait to bring it to you. It looks like we've got our content calendar kind of worked out now, so we are doing our best to kick these out every Monday and Friday so we can start and end the week with you on a positive note and hopefully give you a little inspiration to get out there and get some things done. And maybe even a trick or two to make it go a little easier on you. So we will be right back here Friday. So until then, you guys have a great week. Hopefully you have been inspired or entertained, learned something or laughed. I truly hope you're enjoying the podcast, and as always, I cannot thank you enough for tuning in and joining me every week. If you'd like to continue the conversation, we can chat over on Facebook at Simplistic Farms LLC, or you can send us a comment over there on YouTube at Simple Ain't Easy, Simplistic Farms. And of course, you can listen to the Growing Food and Feeding People podcast on all of the platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Stitcher, wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcasts at, you can find us there. If you'd like to support the show or get involved in Project Feed Your Neighbor, there is a link down in the show notes, or you can find us over on patreon.com at patreon.com/simplisticfarms. We hope you have a great week. Make somebody smile. We'll talk to you on the next one.